What's going on, y'all? I'm back. Now today I got a little tip video for you guys on building a squad. Now originally what I wanted to do is I wanted to put together a whole team full of players for under 160k that could compete. But the problem with that is most of the players that I found really effective that could really help you compete in my team were either too expensive or there were too many cards that were too expensive that the average gamer couldn't afford, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of made it challenging because I didn't want to put together a bunch of cheap players and make it look like it was a budget squad, you know what I mean? So I decided to change it up a little bit. Instead of giving you a whole team, I'm going to give you a whole starting lineup that goes for under 160k. And hopefully this video will be able to help some of you out there who are struggling to put together a lineup, because I feel like the starting lineup that I'm about to show you is a very well-rounded one, as well as everything you would need in a winning team. So let's get right into it. Alright, so one of the first cards I'm going to be talking about is Ruby John Wall. Now, I've talked about this card previously in one of my other videos to help you guys out, but I honestly think this is one of the best cards in the game that you could get for your MT. Because this card could pretty much do everything you would want a point guard to do nowadays. It could get to the rim with a 95 driving layup, draw foul 92, so it's definitely going to be at the free throw line if you like to slash with him. 90 open shot mid-range, 84 shot 3. This card could shoot for you. This card can hit free throws. This card can pass. So if you put Dimer on this guy, it's going to be easy to get open shots for your players. He's going to help your players knock down shots more often. 80 defensive rebounds, so he's going to be rebounding over opposing matchups such as other guards, you know what I mean? Lateral quickness 86, pass perception 88. Now, one of the best things about this card is on top of its really good offense, it could play defense for you. 85 defensive consistency, 84 on-ball defensive IQ. Pick and roll defense is good, help defense is great, low post defense is actually pretty good for a guard, honestly. This card, and if you're a casual gamer, you know what I'm saying, you like to dunk on everybody, this card will do it for you with an 85 driving dunk. On top of that, it has a 97 speed with ball. This card, John Wall, is one of the fastest players in the league. And is very, very quick on his feet, so he's going to get from end to end real quick for you. Especially if you put one-man fast break on him, it's going to be wonders for you. 88 vertical, so you know he can get up. Honestly, this card, I just feel like, in my personal opinion, this is a really good card. If you're trying to save some MT, but you still want a good, solid starting guard, I would definitely go for John Wall. Next on my list, I have Diamond Jimmy Butler. Now, I said this once before, and I'll say it again. If you do not have Diamond Jimmy Butler on your team and you could afford him, I really don't know what you're doing with your life, honestly. Because this is one of the best cards in the game. And there really is no comparison, because this card can do pretty much everything you would want a player to do. 96 driving layup. This card could get to the rim and it can make its layups most of the time. I'm gonna tell you from personal use with this card is consistently one of my best performing players every game. 98 draw foul, 95 shot close. It's gonna hit this mid-range shots or money with this card. 95 open shot mid, 83 open shot 3. This card deadly from 3. I mean, no, let me not gas. It's not deadly, but it's definitely going to hit open shots for you. 97 free throw. This card is money from the free throw line, honestly, and its release is so easy. You have an 85 defensive rebounding as well as a 75 offensive rebounding. So this card really is good on hitting the glass. So you can play this. You could honestly play this card at either shooting guard or small forward if you wanted to, because it's well rounded in that department. With the 92 lateral quickness, one of the best things about this card is that it can play defense for you. Its defensive stats are amazing. This card can dunk on anybody with a 90 driving dunk. It's a pretty quick card, 84 speed. His vertical went up with a shoe, but his vertical is still pretty good enough to where he could dunk on anybody. Honestly, if you need to have a good team and you want to win, this is one of the best cards you want to have to do it. Because on top of being an offensive monster, this card can really guard anybody on the floor. Literally anybody on the floor that you want him to guard, he can do it for you, and that's one of the best things about this card. Now, for small forward, I gotta recommend Kawhi Leonard. This card's a dog. There's really not much to say this beyond that, my dude. This card's a dog. You feel me? This card is one of the best cards, one of the best amethyst cards out there, to be honest with you, because he's a really great two-way player. You feel me? Look at that. 88 driving layup, my guy. Looking 94 shot close, 95 on the shot mid-range. This card can shoot. This card can shoot. This card can shoot. 85 open shot 3, 91 free throw. This card's hitting his free throws. You know what I'm saying? The rebounding isn't the best, but he's going to be able to grab boards for you here and there. This is where it's at, though, with Kawhi. This is why you really want Kawhi on your team. Look at his defense, first of all. 95 lateral quickness. His lateral quickness, his pass perception, everything defensively is off the charts for this card. Its defense is just amazing. Low post defense is a 62. I mean, it's not the best, but you know what I mean? He's just guarding guards. If you put him up against any guard in the game, from any point guard, shooting guard, small forward, any one of those three positions, it's gonna be able to play great defense for you. As well as an 85 driving dunk. This card can dunk on anybody. Don't let anybody tell you that he can't, because it definitely can. 85 speed. It's very quick with the ball. It's a very fast player. Amazing with offense. Sensational with defense. There's really not a lot that can go wrong with Kawhi Leonard. Next, we're gonna talk about Spencer Hayward. Now, I don't see this card a lot on people's teams, and I really don't know why. Because, to be real with you, if you haven't yet completed My Team Online and you don't have Pink Diamond Tim Duncan, then this is literally the best substitute for him that you could have. Notice that he is 3 inches shorter than Tim Duncan, which does give him a little disadvantage, but his stats do make up for it, slightly. Now, if you look at his stats, this card is nearly comparable to Tim Duncan. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as the Pink Diamond Tim Duncan, but for the most part, it's going to do pretty much everything you would want Pink Diamond Tim Duncan to do. Look at that. 94 open shot mid-range, only 2 lower than Tim Duncan. 72 3. This card can hit threes just like Timmy, can make free throws. You know what I'm saying? It could grab boards. It has the same offensive and defensive rebounding as Tim Duncan. You put hustle rebounder badge on him, he's going to grab every board you want him to grab. This card can play defense. Obviously, his defense isn't as good as Tim Duncan's, but it's a very solid defender. Low post defense, 85. It's going to play post defense for you. It's going to lock people up here and there, especially if you put defensive stopper on him. He's going to be very good for you. He, you know what I'm saying? His dunking is nearly identical to Tim Duncan's. He can dunk on anybody. It's a great card. 89 speed. This card is very, very fast for a power forward. This card's going to be able to outrun most power forwards. It's faster than Tim Duncan. He's going to be able to outrun most power forwards in the game. Acceleration, vertical, strength, very strong card. If you're one of those people who like to play in the post, especially using that drop step move, you put that drop stepper badge on him, he's going to be killing it for you. This card is really good, and I'm not exaggerating that. This card is something to look into if you don't have him on your team. I don't understand why most people don't have him, because he is actually really good. Now, lastly, we have Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head if I talked a little bit about Karl-Anthony Towns in one of my past videos, but I'm going to tell you from personal experience with this card, Karl-Anthony Towns is honestly one of my favorite players to use in 2K. This card has consistently been reliable for me whenever I needed it to be. This card, it's a really, as far as what you want from the center position, it could do everything from getting to the rim, getting boards for you, as well as if you're one of those people who like to play 5 out, it can shoot 2 with the 92 mid-range and the 75 3. Especially if you put a shoe on him, that's going to be even better for you. But like I said before, this card has great post stats, can play in the post, it can shoot, it's going to hit those free throws when it gets fouled. You come here to the rebounding, 85 offensive rebound, 95 defensive rebound. This card, very good when it comes to grabbing boards, especially if you put that hustle rebounder badge on him. It's going to be great for you. Defense, his defensive stats aren't the best, and that's kind of where his weakness lies, just a little bit. It can play post defense. Like, honestly, if you know how to play defense in the post, you could work around this, because it does have pretty good post defensive stats. And I'm going to tell you from personal use of Karl-Anthony Towns, he's a pretty good defender if you know how to use him in the post. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to get killed, but he's not the best defender, is basically what I'm trying to tell you here. And also from personal experience, this card could literally dunk on anybody. Like I don't know what it is. Like they just did something with his animations because he could just posterize anybody with that 90 standing dunk. This card is really, really good. And at 80 speed, it definitely does help a lot because especially when I don't usually play 5 outs, excuse me. But if you do want to play 5 out, this card is pretty quick with getting past certain centers. If you like to post up high, stuff like that, you like to do the drive to the basket, you know what I'm saying? This card is really good with that too. This card's pretty strong, you know, it can keep up with most centers, I'm not going to lie to you. You know, it's not the strongest, but it's definitely going to do what you need it to do, basically. Now, I did the calculations real quick, and assuming that you pick up most of these cards for the higher end prices that they go for, this starting lineup is approximately going to cost you about 153,000 MT. So that's a little bit under 160k, but you know what I'm saying? This is a very solid lineup for anybody that's looking to play with them. It's got a great combination of defense and offense, as well as if you're somebody who likes to be casual, throw lobs and everything else, this lineup is pretty good for that too. So I would definitely recommend this if you do want to compete in my team online, because when you have to play against those guys who have those expensive cards, these are 5 cards that you're really gonna have to be able to defend as well as compete offensively with them. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if this video does help you out in building a squad. Comment and let me know if you want to see me talk about anything else in my team that could possibly help you. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.